Howdy folks, welcome back to Taheton County. It's the first part of May and we're on weed patrol. I was taking a look at the weed situation. Let me just pull up the map. And it's not bad. Go over here to weeds. The only real problem we have is 150. I don't know what happened with field 150. But yeah, it's covered in weeds. And there's spots here that are even worse. I go to here. And there's no difference in anything that I can see, like soil type or... So I don't know what happened down there. But we got some weeds to take care of, so I ran over to the farm store there. And got a big old container of herbicide. Went with the Helm brand. So we're going to get this sprayer filled up. Go do some spraying. Should be able to just pull right up in here and fill her up. There we go. Alright, let's head on down to the field. Still a little cloudy today, but so far no rain. And here in May, the grass did green up quite a bit. I was noticing in the last video how it's still pretty brown. It's got a nice green tint to it now. And it's looking pretty good. Alright, how are we looking? Anybody coming? Yep, I think we're good. So yeah, you can see just looking across there, everything's nice and green. Really looking like spring. And the corn's springing up. I should note, I did go ahead and just plant everything in corn. Kind of meant to do that field there to the right as beans. And I totally forgot. So it's corn now. So it's all corn all the time, apparently. It's okay, we'll start mixing it up. I kind of want to rotate between corn and beans. And what I'm thinking is, after we pull this crop out of 150 down here, I might turn that into my wheat field. And do something else down there along the creek. So we don't need that much wheat. One harvest off there is going to be pretty much a lifetime supply for the chickens, so we can sell off most of it. So we might just do wheat down here along the river. There'll be plenty for the chickens. Run off in the ditch there, that would be bad. Let's find a gear we like here. So you can see the strange pattern there. I really don't know what happened. It doesn't really match any kind of pattern of like me liming or anything. So yeah, it's really a mystery. Somebody might know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe it's just something inherent in the map as well. That's also could be the case. Alright, I'm going to use my fancy smanchy. So it is Shift Alt W? No, Control Alt W? There we go. That's it. That's the store. I need to make sure that's reset. And then let's move this over. It's about there. And we'll start spraying. I think we can go about 10. Yeah, we can go about 10 with this. So we'll keep her at 10. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use the quick turnaround method here. Whee! Sometimes that steering hunts a little bit. It helps keep me nice and straight. can see there's definitely a pattern to the weeds. Like they're super tall here. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on. All right, of course we need a screenshot. You always need thumbnail material. There we go. I like to have my thumbnails be from the gameplay. Some people might think this is cheating, but I like nice straight driving. I'm not too worried about it. You play how you want to play. I'll play how I want to play. Oh, and I was going to check. I don't know if the crop destruction is on or off. I had it off, and then I turned it on at some point. I don't know if did that setting stick? No, it didn't. All right. It doesn't matter on this stage of growth anyway, but I'll go ahead and turn it back on. Kind of go back and forth on the whole crop destruction thing because it's way overdone just because of the low resolution of the crops. But it is kind of a neat feature. Kind of wish the plants would slowly die, but they pretty much just instantly die as soon as the herbicide hits them. Oh well. Now most of this field I could have used a weeder on. But I don't have a weeder and I had the sprayer, so here we are. We'll see how the weeds do. If I need to, I might end up seeing if I could find a weeder somewhere. Used would be best. Money is a little tight. Speaking of money, you might have noticed the money up at the upper right there is down quite a bit. What I ended up doing is I bought a couple solar panels. Just little solar panels to make sure the power's topped off down at the grain bins. And then I got one next to the house. They're just little bitty things. But they were about $7,800 a piece, I think. And then they provide a little bit of income when I sell back to the electric co-op. Kind of just enough to pay the upkeep on all the equipment. At least help. So that's why the money's down. I spent about 15 grand on some little solar panels. I'll try to remember to show you one as we drive back by the house. So this little sprayer works pretty well. Happy with that. There we go. That ought to be it. Let's have a little look here at our magic tablet. How are we looking on weeds? Looking dead. All right, good deal. Now, it says this needs plowing. I thought I plowed this, but I must have forgotten to plow this. So after we pull this harvest out, we will we'll do all the needful on that field. You can see here for the wheat next month, we're going to be able to harvest that. Then we got soybeans and corn. Well, actually, soybeans are first. September, then into October for the corn. That's what's coming up next. Let's head on back over to the farm. See if there's any other miscellaneous stuff I need to do. I guess the yard doesn't quite need mowed yet. That'll be something that'll be coming along. Corn's all looking pretty good. And so far, no weeds. So we'll see how that goes. Do need to fuel up this tractor. She's getting a little low. I'll be looking on maintenance. Not too bad. Getting kind of into the might need a tune-up territory. And we still got 78% of our herbicides, so we're doing well. Yeah, you can't quite see the solar panel down there. We'll take a quick look at the one over here by the house. Just to show you what I'm talking about. There's some green stuff off in the distance over there. Alright, anybody coming? Nope, it's all clear. So there you can see the solar panel. It's kind of some backup power. The weather station and the house. Making noise? Well, this thing's making noise. Gives us that accurate weather forecast. But then there's another one of those little solar jobbies down at the grain bins. Alright, let's go get this thing parked. Old big boy case is just sitting there. It'll earn its keep in the fall. So I don't think we're going to have to use this anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the barn. I backed this in no problem when I wasn't recording. We'll see how we do with the camera rolling. And not quite where I wanted it to be. It's alright, we'll straighten her up. Gotta get it right against that wall so we can get the other tractor out. There we go. Alright, drop you off there. And I think we'll see if I can get that herbicide unloaded. So let me go grab my pallet forks. Really looking forward to getting some chickens. We got some life on this farm. Then we'll see how we do with the crop sale. Definitely want to get into some cows at some point. Probably beef cows. It's not really much dairy going on in this part of the world. I have to get that tailgate down. Let's get kind of lined up here. Come on, Farm Sim. I have to start the engine to put the tailgate down. That don't make any sense. I know why it does that. It's still kind of silly, though. That front part of the loaders is so sensitive. I could turn down the sensitivity, but the main part of the loader is already not very sensitive. So if I turn it down, it's going to be even harder to use that. I'll just go ahead and set this inside. This is fairly heavy, so I'm going to keep it low and we're going to go slow. And I hope we don't get enough hay that I need to move all this stuff, because it makes a really convenient storage spot. Basically all things front loader. And I'm actually just going to leave the pallet forks there, because the next time I need the pallet forks will most likely be to move that herbicide box. So we'll just leave them right there. What's fuel we got? I might have to go get some fuel. Or see, I do have a tender over there. It's got a nice fuel tank. And it's got some tools and stuff with it. Alright, let that fill up. Yeah, I really like the green. It's really looking pretty around here. So we got this thing. It's, yeah, Thunder Creek. Pretty nice setup. And I think it has some fuel in it. I know there's a display here. I don't know if I can turn that on. Kind of forget how this thing works. May have to be hooked up to something. I do believe there's a little bit of fuel in there. Here, let me grab the dipstick. No, dipstick doesn't tell me anything. There we go. Speaking of dipstick, who's making this video? Alrighty, well I think that'll do it for this one. We're gonna just keep on chugging along, and we're basically just waiting for harvest, unless more weeds pop up on these other fields. There's not a whole lot to do, but once we get the harvest going, we'll be working over that field 150. Let's see, when can we plant? Nope, this one. So yeah, so we could plant wheat again in October if we want to do some winter wheat. So that'll give us plenty of time to get that field worked up. So that'll probably be what's next, is the wheat harvest on the far field. Which one is that? 152 and 150. It's our two wheat fields. Everything else is corn all the time. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.